Good morning. Typical Oklahoma winter's day here. Current temperature, according to Alexa, before I left the house was 37 degrees. The bike's probably still, 46.4 is still from the garage. We'll let that set for a bit. Going to get some gas. And then to a breakfast restaurant called Good Gravy to meet Dwayne, Gary, and Jim, to where we're going to decide where we're going to ride for lunch. It's always great when you ride to breakfast to decide where you're going to ride for lunch. 2 meals on a motorcycle, you just can't beat that. The reason I said typical Oklahoma winter day, because it's cold as hell right now, which makes absolutely no sense. You'd think hell would be hot, and or we're taught that hell is hot, fire and brimstone and whatnot. And it's supposed to be up to 65 this afternoon. Tomorrow, high 70s. And I'm riding down towards Mount Scott tomorrow with another group of friends, and it's supposed to be in the 80s down by Mount Scott. Freaking ridiculous. I love it, but it's ridiculous. Because the overnight lows are all just tickling freezing. 39.2 is what the bike says now, so we've come up from 37 a little bit. Just cool enough that I layered up before I left the house, and I'll probably come home with just the jacket and liner, no chaps, summer weight gloves. I'll probably still have my grips and my ZT on. God bless America. It's the only thing that sucks about having this freaking GoPro on my helmet. With winter weight gloves on, I can't reach the button to lift the face up out of my way. So I just sneezed all over the inside of my helmet. Notice you're a little crooked up there, but I'm afraid to reach up and straighten it out because I really cranked down this nut. And I think that's how I broke the fingers of that on the previous case, was trying to adjust it by, or with that nut cranked down super tight. So you're just going to be crooked today. I was going to just hose down the bike last night, but that turned into a mostly full detail. I didn't take the bags off, and I didn't do the rear wheel. And I took the camera off when I did that, and that's why you're crooked now. So that one doesn't really need to be cranked down like the cup holder is. It doesn't move anyway. Just kind of one extra layer of theft protection if I forget to take it out of the case when I park somewhere where I can't see the bike, I guess. Cool, we're going 45 on a 60-mile-an-hour interstate. Thanks, Stevens Transport. Western Avenue, yet another Oklahoma street that used to be part of Route 66. Oklahoma City Street. There's the sign. This was the 1931 belt line, it says. Now, is that Route 66 or is this still Route 66?
Flavors like pink, lady apple, passion fruit, tangerine.
You've arrived. Destination is on your right.
Hell, look for the brown bottle with an anchor on it. Find it now at Sprouts.
That moment you realize you're not having a hot flash, that's a not flash. Having a not.
Well, we're here. I'm not going to sit here and record while I wait for somebody to freaking leave this parking lot. This place is a lot busier than it ever used to be. Well, breakfast was served about 2 hours ago. Probably ate entirely too much to be almost to the destination of lunch already. But it was delicious regardless. Had some biscuits and gravy with jalapeno, caramelized onion, sausage gravy. 2 eggs over medium, hash browns and bacon, and of course coffee. And then we got on the road and started coming this direction, jumped on Route 66 in Edmond, Oklahoma, took it to Highway 102 south to Highway 62, which is where we're at now, just east of Highway 18 in Meeker. And I'm only just now turning the camera on because to hell with this microphone setup and these batteries. I'm determined it's the new batteries that I bought. That's why the microphone doesn't work all the time. I can turn the camera off, not touch a thing, and it goes past its, whatever its range is of it no longer is awake in the background. And then when I go to try to turn everything back on, the microphone doesn't work anymore. If I reseat the battery, it works just fine after that. I'm pretty damn close to just sticking that Hero 2 to my helmet. Of course, I don't know how long the battery would last in it. I'm gonna check it out next time I ride. I'm sticking the Hero 2 on my helmet and the Hero 8 on the handlebars. I can plug the microphone directly into that. I don't need the mic adapter. Yeah, that's what's going on. That's what we're doing. So we're 8.6 miles from Destinations, which is our destination in Prague, Oklahoma. We've more than likely locked down at least one restroom on the route to get here. Or at least we're never welcome at that gas station again. I'm pretty sure at least 3 of us just blew it up. I was not one of those. But after that breakfast that I had, it's coming soon. You're welcome. We'll at least have a small lunch of some sort at this place, long enough to sit down and plan out how we're getting back home at least, which I think is going to be Highway 9. That'll take us out by Gary's house. By the way, I got Gary right behind me, Bowen behind him, Harmley behind him, and Dwayne behind all of them. Gary's on a 2021, I believe, or maybe 22 Road Glide Special. Bowen is on a 20 or 21 Road Glide Ultra, I think. I don't know all the freaking models. It's got twin cooled and the tour pack and all that stuff from the factory. Harmley is on a Pan America. Dwayne's on his Goldwing. If we get a spot where we're all lined up nice, I'll get a picture of us or pan some video across there or something. Don't go straight. Started out the morning with the chaps on, my fleece neck balaclava. I don't really remember which one of those it is. Baklava is the Greek dessert. And apparently I'm going through puberty with that little voice squeak that I just did. Balaclava, I think, is the neck thing that keeps your neck warm. And I had a leather vest on top of the jacket at first. We've stripped the chaps, we've stripped the vest, we've stripped the baklava. I stripped my winter gloves. I do still have my heated grips on. And those wind guards for my knuckles make a big old difference there. What's the temperature? We've made it to 56.3 degrees freedom height. supposedly still got a high of 65 to look forward to. And just like that, we're in Prague, Oklahoma. And of course, fuel is cheaper here than it is in Oklahoma City. Why shouldn't it be? Who's a good boy? I've been through Prague before, but I've never stopped. Destinations. Well, I guess we're not going to line up all pretty right here. Alright, there was enough room in the belly for a burger and some fries. It was a pretty small burger. Had pretty much all of us had the Destinations burger, namesake of the place. Pretty cool little place though on the inside. Fixing to fuel up. See if we can't find a Love's or a Phillips 66 or something. I'd like to do a Phillips 66 so I can get 10 cents off the gallon. We'll take what we can get. Absolutely no destination after this though. Just kind of riding until we get there. I think we're gonna take Highway 9 back west. I'd like to not be in the lead anymore, but we'll figure it out. At least this way I get to use my cruise control. Many good miles have been had. We're about to lose Gary. Getting pretty close to his turn off to go home. Bowen and Parmalee both have to go way the hell up north. We're in Norman, Oklahoma right now. Dwayne and I are going the same direction. So we'll split off from the gyms at some point or another and start heading west. But it's been a pretty damn good day. It's 3 o'clock now. The temperature definitely came up. 68 degrees right now. Gorgeous. Back in 2015, I believe it was, all of us on this ride except for Dwayne rode to the Republic of Texas motorcycle rally via New Mexico. We rode west across the Oklahoma and Texas panhandles into New Mexico, almost into Arizona, not quite. Then we went south to Silver City, New Mexico, turned around and started coming back east to get to Austin, Texas from Oklahoma City. And one of our stops, we slept in tents in mostly primitive campgrounds all the way. Made 4 or 5 day trips out of it. One of our stops that year was Carlsbad Caverns, New Mexico. And we went up to see the bats. And there weren't many bats to see, but the tour guide, or whatever you want to call the person, the ranger, the park ranger, told us to make that little twirly finger thing that Gary was doing in the sky when you see the first bat, so everybody knows to put their phones away, because the light from the phones, just the slightest light, can mess with the bats. I don't know what the big deal was, but we were talking about that today when we were sitting there eating our burgers at Destinations, about the twirly finger thing. So that's how he was waving by when we were splitting ways back there. Pretty funny. Had to be there, I guess. So pretty well just interstate riding from here on. In 2.2 miles we're going to jump on I-35, and I'm not going to talk to the camera because there's a bunch of idiots on the interstate and I'd rather pay attention to the road. So I appreciate you riding along. And we'll see you on the next one.